Hi, this is Anthony. Thanks so much for watching my podcast. As we begin, I would really appreciate it if you would take just a second and click the subscribe button to the bottom right of the screen. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps me out in building a following, and it's more likely to show you YouTube videos that I make on this subject. Let's launch right in, but just to clarify, I no longer own any shares of Nano Technologies Limited, stock symbol NNDM, an Israeli high-tech company listed on NASDAQ. I own a couple shares of mutual funds that likely own Nano at the present time, but my guess is the value of Nano in those funds totals $5 or less, and I'm not shorting the stock. Pros and cons of investing in Nano stock. What are the pros? As many people point out, they have probably over $1 billion in cash in the bank. Certainly that is not a bad thing. But how does that help investors in the stock? They're not going to pay that out as dividends. So you as an investor are not going to get your hands on any of that money. Also, that money came from a secondary share offering about 1.5 years ago when the stock was much higher. Again, that's good that they have the money in the bank, but it's not from profits or revenues from sales. It's from a secondary share offering, and also every investor in the world knows that the amount of cash in the bank per share is higher than what the shares are currently trading at. Many people wrongly assume that means that there's hidden value in this company. It's not hidden value because investors know that the money's there, but know that it does not affect the value of the shares of the company because the company does not currently manufacture products that result in a profit. The market generally values stock based on future anticipated profits, not usually on book value, enterprise value, or cash in the bank. What's another pro that people often point out about this company? They point out that since January 2020, Yoav Stern has been chairman and CEO of the company and was put there to turn around the company as the previous management team did not seem to be able to steer it in the right direction. Here are his 3 most recent entries on his LinkedIn profile. All of them seem to be current, so he may or may not have a lot on his plate. I hope for the sake of Nano shareholders that the other 2 jobs don't take up much of his attention. So, has he turned around the company yet? I don't know exactly what day he started, but on January 3rd, 2020, which seems to be the first trading day of that year, the price of the stock was $2.51. It later rose during the high-tech speculation that brought so many stocks to unjustified new highs in 2021, but currently the price of the stock is $2.39. Of course, lots of stocks are down in the current bear market that we're in, so you cannot necessarily fault Mr. Stern. But other than the bump up in 2021, when everything was up, you can't really say that at this point he's turned around the company. But certainly I wish him good luck. Also, if you research and be careful not to confuse him with other people with the same name, in particular a businessman in Romania. Here's another pro that people point out. In the last couple years, they purchased 6 other companies. This is viewed as 6 other potential revenue streams. However, the con is, will these be integrated successfully into the company that results in positive revenues? If they couldn't make money with the original core of the company, what leads them to think that they can make money with 6 other parts? Are these truly companies that have products that will be synergistic? Or is this another case of a cash flush company that spends money from a secondary offering on buying other companies, often at the height of the stock market? Pro, money is currently being spent on research and development. Certainly that's true. Will that lead to profits? Maybe, but maybe not. The con is, lots of companies spend money on research and development that do not lead to marketable products that result in profits. You can keep an eye on Nano, and if there are indeed changes and they start making money from products derived from their R&D or from acquisitions, then you can buy into the stock at that time. But history is full of bankrupt companies who were spending money on R&D that never led to anything or in the end didn't lead to sustained profits. Okay, enough of the pros and cons. A few last things before I end. The company is losing money each quarter, sometimes a lot of money. Please look at the following tables, which give you a thumbnail sketch of their revenues and losses. Of course, these are just a few numbers. Please look at their complete financials and other filings with the SEC before making any decisions to buy, sell, or hold the stock. I'll have a link to their financials in the show notes. Lastly, take a look at the charts on this company. Now, of course, charts show you what has happened in the past, not necessarily what will happen in the future, but certainly they can give you an idea of the trend of the company. Almost everybody who has put money into stock in this company has lost money. They've had to issue more stock in a secondary offering, which in their filing documents they've admitted that they had to do to stave off bankruptcy. They've also had a reverse split, which is adjusted for in this chart. There's a number of problems potentially with reverse splits, but one of the main ones is that for some brokerage accounts, although not all, there is a reverse split fee. In the case of my broker, I'm charged a $38 fee for reverse splits. That's a lot of money in the age of no commission brokerage accounts. And if you would have purchased stock on the day of its IPO, you would have lost exactly 97% of your investment. And that's not counting if you would have had to pay a reverse split fee. So how is stock in this company a good investment by any measure at this point? Okay, that's all I want to say for today. Please understand I don't have anything against this company, and I want it to do well, and I want its investors to do well. But at this time, I do not see stock in this company as being a good investment. I'd love to hear from you. Please leave your comments in the comment section below, and if you disagree with me, please feel free to point out weaknesses in my arguments. Let me know how many shares of stock you own by putting the number in the comment section below, if you're willing to do so. Hopefully by now you've subscribed to this channel and liked this video. I would love it if you looked at my other videos. Hopefully click the like button on those and leave a comment, even a short one. All those things really help me out in building a following. Thanks for watching and good luck in investing.